This is a nightmare scenario for the Lakers. But on one side, I say, all right, the Kings have punked the Lakers 8 out of 9. But on the other side, I'm going to say, do I really want a one-game situation to where I have to face 4 Hall of Famers who won in this league, who on any given night can be special like a Steph Curry?
They can. Yep.
I don't want those issues. There's nothing intimidating about the Sacramento Kings. Yeah, they have Fox, who's an all-star, Sabonis, who's an all-star, but with one game, do or die, I do not want to see Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Chris Paul, guys who know how to elevate their game in special moments. I don't want to see that. So I'm going to take my chances in going in a sack, one-game situation. I don't care how many times you beat us. I'll take my chances there because Golden State understands the moment. Sac has never been in these high-pressure moments. And the last time they were, in the playoffs versus Golden State, a Game 7 at home, who rose to the occasion?
It's true.
Steph Curry, a Hall of Famer, a guy. Yep. He gave him 50 in a Game 7 situation. The Kings don't have that type of player. They have great players, but Hall of Famers, top 75 players, championship caliber players, I just don't know. And if you're not going to be full strength, you don't have full strength in Sacramento, who are losing a couple of their bench guys. Then I gotta take the lesser of two evils. So give me the Sacramento Kings. Y'all beat us 8 out of 9. Give me that in the one-game scenario.
I don't really think it matters as much because if both are on the road, both hostile environments, although the Warriors have struggled at home this year to a degree, Sacramento, because they're undermanned, because there may not be a Malik Monk in there for them, all of those things with the Lakers play in their favor. Golden State, yes, they know how to win, they know what to do, but we've seen them in the playoffs recently, and we kind of took care of business a year ago against them in a 7-game series, who won it in 6. A little bit different in a 1-game series. It's almost like a regular season game, just heightened up, because it's for all the marbles. It's for everything. LeBron James, Anthony Davis can go into Golden State and take care of business as long as the other guys around them come and contribute. The Reeveses of the world, the D'Angelo Russells of the world, Hachimuras of the world, if they contribute, they certainly can go in to Golden State and win. It's a much easier feel against Sacramento, though. Even though they won 8 out of 9, it just feels like the Lakers wouldn't have any problem going into Sacramento and Anthony Davis getting even with Sabonis. And then, obviously, with Malik Monk not possibly there, that could be a change for the Lakers and make things a lot easier for them. So, to me, either one, but I'd rather probably go to Sacramento just because they got some issues health-wise with some of their players.
Okay, they do. They lost a starter in Kevin Huerter, and he wasn't having a great year. He was just 10 points and 4 rebounds, 3 assists. But trust me, he was the guts glue of that starting lineup. And then Malik Monk would come in for him and light it up, and he's averaging 15 off the bench. And he's got a knee issue, and it sounds like he won't be back. Kevin Huerter is gone for the year. So they're down 2 guys who make one. It was the 2 guys who split those minutes up. It's a big loss. It's why they have lost 4 of the last 5. It's why they can't beat the Pelicans. Although the weirdest thing in the NBA, and you know this, is rock, paper, scissors. Sometimes paper can cover rock over here, but sometimes rock can crush scissors over here. It just depends on the all-time cliche of the matchup. It's shocking to me that the Pelicans beat the Kings all 5 times this year, and it wasn't even close. Right. It's just as shocking. The Lakers play the Kings, and they don't have any shot against them. It's a wipeout every single time, 8 of the last 9 times. And the one game that the Lakers won against the Kings was last year in January, and it went to the wire, and Dennis Schroeder drove it to the rack and got fouled by De'Aaron Fox and went to the free throw line and made 2 free throws with 3 seconds left to win the game by 2 points. Okay, so that was at Sacramento, but that was Dennis Schroeder closing. And I remind you, obviously, Dennis Schroeder is no longer a Laker. So it's the damnedest thing I've ever seen is the Kings' hold over the Lakers. It's like a voodoo. It's like a listen. De'Aaron Fox turns into Kobe Bryant against the Lakers. I've never seen anything like it before because it feels like the Lakers don't have an answer for him. Austin Reeves can't guard him. Then who else? Is it D'Lo? A lot of times he can't guard anybody, but he definitely can't deal with De'Aaron Fox. So check this out. I'm looking at De'Aaron Fox's numbers against the Lakers just this year. He's averaging 33 points a game, just 4 rebounds, 6 assists, not bad. But over the 9 games, 8 out of the last 9, he's still 31, 4, and 7. Well, that's ridiculous. Those are the kind of numbers that are going to send you home early in a one-and-done situation. And then check this out. Sabonis, mostly playing against Anthony Davis, just owns AD and he owns the Lakers.
That's why I said he's got to get AD.
Okay.
He's got to get even.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so look at this. He's played 8 of those 8 of 9 games. So this is Sabonis' numbers against Anthony Davis. 19, 16, and 9. And 9. So he's almost averaging a triple-double against Anthony Davis. I can't explain it because they can't beat the Pelicans, but you can't beat the Kings. So are you telling me that you could just flip some new switch and say, okay, they're just the Sacramento Kings, and go in there against the Cowbells up in Sacramento and just say, no, that's enough of this? Can you do that?
I don't know. As the styles make fights, and we know this,
Yeah.
the speed of Sacramento is a lot for the Lakers. And I said this all year. Me playing on an older team when your stars are older, we didn't like playing against these quick, young backcourts.
That's what it is.
You know, I think that's pretty much what it is. So almost you might want to play against Golden State, maybe, but going against Steph, I don't know, where Steph can, on any given night, just destroy you.
Yeah.
I don't want that chance.
All right, what scares me about the Warriors is they look like they desperately found themselves, like they're on their last hurrah of their dynasty. You made the case if they lose the play-in game that it could be done for them, might be over. They might be looking to sort of rebuild and reload.
They got a lot of decisions to make.
Okay, but they're showing you, winning 9 of the last 10, that they're saying, no, hold on. We're still those guys. We're still dynastic. They put Clay back in the starting lineup, and then the shock to me last night was out of nowhere. I'm looking at, wait a second, Kevon Looney got to play last night?
Yeah.
He has been doghoused for the last, whatever it's been, 20-odd games. He came back from injury. And then last night, he had to play, and guess what he gave him? He gave him 9 and 11 rebounds in just 21 minutes. So he looked like Kevon Looney, and he can protect the rim.
Portland Trailblazers.
Yeah, I understand. I got it. But all of a sudden, they're starting to look whole to me. They're starting to look like Golden State. But in the end, if you made me go on the road to win a do or die, I would go to Golden State because I don't know why they have struggled at home all year. They're 20 and 19 at home. They're 1 game over 500. It's not Oracle. It's not that old home court.
But what they have is they have what the Lakers have. They have experience. They have playoff experience. So
do they?
They could turn on the switch
They
at any
understand
moment.
pressure.
That's why I would prefer, in all, the Lakers to see Sacramento because they don't have that. They don't have that switch, that thing that Anthony Davis could create, that thing that Russell all of a sudden the switch, or LeBron James says, "No, I'm not about to go out like this. I'm gonna put it in my own hands, and I'm gonna go 9 and 10 from 3.
Yeah.
Or I'm gonna drive and get fouled. I'm gonna do those things."
Yeah.
They don't have that. They don't know what that feels like. I put more trust in the Lakers against the Kings to be able to turn it on. Because you say, well, you lost to them 8 or 9 times. How could all of a sudden you erase that and turn it on? Well, because I know what I'm doing. I know that this team right here is a team that they don't have what we have. They don't have that experience. Yeah. That experience carries a long ways in these type of moments, Skip. You dig deep and you dig down and you try to find whatever little bit of that experience is left and you bring it to the surface. And I think the Lakers could do that against Sacramento, although Sacramento's owned them over the last 9 games.
And it's not just owning, it's obliterating. like they're not, except for the 1 game the Lakers won was close. All the 8 wins were not close. Where I look up and I say, what are you guys doing? You can't even come close to these guys. You know, and I know how De'Aaron Fox's body language, his whole body language looks different against the Lakers. He just steps on the floor, and it looks like he is in command of every situation. It looks like
mad because they took ball instead of him.
Maybe. Well, there's something. And remember what he did to Lonzo in that NCAA game in Memphis? He just destroyed him. He may be. He just may be.
Yeah, but in a meaningless regular season game, compared to we win or we lose.
Yep.
Sac looked like a deer in headlights when they was put in that situation in Game 7. So I saw what y'all looked like in a win or go home situation.
All right.
Now we're putting y'all in that same situation. This is Game 7 pretty much. On your floor. On your floor, too.
On your floor.
It was in Sacramento.
It was.
So, like, if I'm walking into that arena and I'm LeBron or AD, there's no aura in there. I don't look up and I see all these banners.
No.
I don't look across the layup line and I see 4 Hall of Famers. I'm like, bring the cowbells out anyway. Go ahead. Bring whatever. Get your popcorn and everything. This is where we want to be for a playing situation. But the flip side of that, and why I feel like this is a nightmare scenario for the Lakers, they got to win 2 games if they stay in the 10th spot.
No, I know. This is just the first step.
This is just the first step.
Yeah.
So they might have to go into Sac or Golden State. Then they might have to go into Phoenix or who else? New Orleans is that? No, not New Orleans, but or maybe see Golden State or flip-flop. You know, that situation where it's Kings, Golden State, Phoenix.
Yeah, you might have to deal with the Kings and then Golden State.
And then Golden State.
Yeah.
So you might have to deal with both of them. So if they can win these next 2 games and somehow just get out of the 10th spot, and somehow, I don't know if that's possible.
I don't see it. I just don't see it.
You know, all 3 of them are tied. If they can sneak up to that little ace spot somehow, they don't own no tiebreakers.
All right, so just for the record, Sacramento has a huge back-to-back game tonight at home against Phoenix that's been struggling.
Right.
So you got 2 struggling teams. Who wins that game? I'm just gonna guess Sacramento sucks it up and wins this game at home. Then they've got Portland at home. So could they win their last 2? They well could. Then Golden State has New Orleans at home on a back-to-back. And New Orleans is playing very well. They looked really good last night. Zion looked like he hurt his wrist, but then he came back and he was fine. So Golden State has New Orleans and then Utah at home. So they're going to win that one for sure. And the Lakers obviously have at Grizzlies tonight where they're 15.5-point favorites.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then have Pelicans, which is
and I don't know, but
sure they're gonna be.
Hey,
are they fighting for anything?
Yeah, they're fighting for 6. They're fighting to stay out of the play-in.
Right. So that can potentially be a big game too.
But they're sitting at 6.
They sit at 6, but they can drop. They're only like a game
up on
Phoenix.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's I've never seen anything like this because when I look at this, I see about 7 teams who can get to the conference finals, and about 2 or 3 of them are in the play-in.
Are in the play-in. And seriously.
And I love that we went to this format because it's proven to work.
It has. I thought it was a little gimmicky to start with, but
it seemed like it. But when the Lakers go to the conference finals out of the play-in, and then the Miami Heat go to the finals out of the play-in, it's legit. It's more excitement to the game. It gave room for the underdog to thrive. And I think it's brought more. So shout out to Adam for that.
Good.
I love that.
Yeah, so do I.
So,
all right, so here's my bottom line to this whole discussion. All those teams, 1 through 9, are looking down, really, at the Lakers and saying there's only one team we really fear in this whole situation, and it's AD and LeBron. That's, to me, I think the Nuggets say, man, I don't know. We still have to deal with those guys. I think every one of those teams, Mavericks, Clippers, you can go all the way to the top. They all look back over their shoulder and say, that 10 seed is sitting there, and that's
more than that, Skip.
Yeah.
When you look at that, when you look at the play-in, you're not only looking at the Lakers, you're looking at about 8 Hall of Famers in the play-in. You got 8 Hall of Famers. You got potentially Booker, KD, of course 4 on the Warriors. That's 6. And then, of course, LeBron and AD.
Well, and I'm going to throw
7 Hall of Famers sitting.
I know, but I'm going to throw De'Aaron Fox in there. I think he's going to be a Hall of Famer.
I mean, I don't know. We'll see. But for sure, 7 or 8 right there. 7 Hall of Famers. Think about that. You probably got more Hall of Famers sitting in the play-in then you got in the
Then
top
in the-
6.
You do.
Might be even.
Yep.
We got 1, 4,
That's what I'm saying. And that's,
6.
you don't want to deal with that because they have something in them
7, 8,
that made
9,
them great.
10, 11. You probably got 12 in the regular deal.
No.
No?
You got Joker.
Okay, so you go
Okay, Joker. Okay, I don't
Then
know.
you got 3.
I don't know about
Clippers.
Timberwolves.
You got 4 on the Clippers.
You got 4 on the Clippers.
So that's 5.
That's 5.
You got 2 on the Mavs. That's 7.
7. Okay, don't say nothing about the Pelicans yet.
No, I
Don't say nothing
no.
about
I'm
them.
just.
That's
I'm-
7. So you got the same number in the play-in as you got in the top 6.
So don't give nobody on the Pelicans nothing.
not
yet.
yet.
Too early.
Too early.
Too early for Timberwolves.
Too early. So you saying 7 in the top 6 Hall of Famers and 7 in the just the play-in alone.
Okay, but if you go potential Hall of Famers, you start bringing
That's
in
what I'm saying.
Ant-Man.
That's what I said.
I mean,
12.
third year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. You don't want to put them in there early.
Man, you got to throw Sabonis in there.
Yeah, and what'd you do with Oklahoma City? Did you just skip
I
over
say
them?
no. I said Shea, but it's early.
It's too early.
It's just early.
You
That's
know
all.
what I mean? Injuries, you never know. Just things can happen.
And then when I look at the Pelicans, obviously Zion, but it's early.
I don't know.
It's early. It's
That's
so
what I'm
early,
saying.
you just
So
don't know.
That's what
But-
the guys at the top, the team.
I understand. I get it.
Look down there, and when you got Hall of Famers that you got to deal with in a playoff series who've won championships down there, there's 3 Hall of Famers. You got KD's championship experience. In the Warriors, that's obvious. LeBron, I don't want to be looking down saying, dang, I got to deal with this. This is what I have to look across in the layup line and deal with for a 7-game series.
Well, Skip got his wish, though. You know what that wish is? LeBron James is going to go to the NBA Finals out of the 10th seed. Out of the 10th spot. You got that wish.
I think that's LeBron's wish.
You got that wish.
I think he
look,
calculated
No, that's
this.
why I said, what did I say? If the Lakers win it this year, LeBron's the GOAT. Out of the 10th seed,
That's the
Oh,
point.
you guys.
if they go out of the 10th seed, come on. I don't think it's happening.
Skip.
Skip don't think it's happening.
Skip thinks it was orchestrated by LeBron.
No, I just
to fall
told
to the
you
10th
I don't
spot.
think he minds being in 10 because that's another potential feather in the goat
Oh,
cap.
God.
I think he gets it out right. If you get it out the 10th,
Hey,
But is it really?
anybody ever done that before?
But is
No.
it really
Nope.
a 10th spot given the makeup of the team? Even though they
Well,
records just that.
man, you a
That's
10th
the
spot.
point.
You are who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You are
but
who
I
you
can't.
are. We can't say they better than what they are because you got AD and LeBron and D-Lo. They playing. You are who you are. Y'all done went through the whole 82-game schedule like everybody else. Y'all don't
I
have
think
to
they
deal.
better than the
Y'all
10th
didn't have to
spot.
deal with no major
They're way
injuries
better
this
than
year.
10.
Yeah, they way better than 10.
How?
They just are.
They ain't dealt with no major injuries. We celebrate AD for playing so many games.
Yep.
LeBron ain't dealt with no major injuries.
No.
Why are they all?
Celebrate AD.
Yeah, you get excited.
games.
He played 65-plus games. He's probably going to be second team All-NBA.
I think he's up.
LeBron's going to be.
missed 6 games this year.
That's what I'm saying. So they are who they are. We just keep looking at the names. The names say one thing, the record says another.
Yeah, you might be true. You might.
I mean, period.
So, Keyshawn, what happened earlier this year when they tried for the first time to play an in-season tournament? What did LeBron James say?
they wanted to win it.
I'm going to do this
Yeah,
because
they
I
wanted
want
to
to be
win.
the first.
But he
I
wanted to
wanna
win
go-
it. He wanted to win it for a couple of reasons. He
Yep.
wanted to be the first, but he also wanted to put money in his teammates' pockets that made less money than you would think as an NBA guy. The young guys needed to make money, and they was getting $250,000 per player. I think it was something close to that.
That's fine, but he wanted to win the in-season tournament.
Yeah, and
he went and, did
they
that,
did it.
right?
Yeah, and they did it.
Okay, and they showed you what they are capable of doing. But that's why people look up at them or down at them, way down in 10 and say, wait a second.
They won the in-season tournament. They
Yeah.
who did they beat? Who did they
Indy.
beat? I'm saying, who did they have to beat? Indiana?
Yeah, they beat Indy.
Indiana.
They had to beat Phoenix on the way. Phoenix was struggling at that point. But again, they did that. And again, it was kind of bubble-like where nobody else took it seriously. Yeah.
The in-season tournament. Y'all put some weight on that?
Yeah,
Y'all put weight on the in-season?
we did.
You can win one. You only got to win one game. You don't have to play a 7-game series. But
Hey, Keyshawn wanted a banner.
They
hung.
won the
They
in-season
hung
tournament.
the
They're gonna win it all this year.
They hung the banner.
They hung the.
They hung the banner. Man, stop hating.
That's They hung that.
Celtics pride. I get it.
Okay, so
That's crazy.
just sum this up, and we're going to get deeper into this with Lil Wayne a little later. Right here, right now, the two teams that will play for the Western Conference Championship are which two teams?
Man,
Denver, Minnesota.
Really? You're giving Minnesota that much credit?
They're
I
getting
thought you
Towns
wrote
back.
them off the
No,
other night.
They're getting Towns back.
Okay.
Denver, Minnesota.
All right. Keyshawn.
I don't know what them other teams going to do. Lakers might not even make the playoffs. Suns might not. I mean, none of them.
are we going to avoid Phoenix early?
They might not make the playoffs.
Well, that's your preseason pick. You
I
going to
know,
stick
but are
with
we
them?
going to avoid them early? Are the Lakers going to avoid them early? Because if we avoid them, I'm going to go Suns, Lakers if we can avoid them.
Suns, Lakers in the
championship.
Okay, and
If I
you're
could
saying the Suns are going to get Denver? Is that what you're saying?
Man, that's
Or
what I
you're
feel.
gonna
That's
get
what I
Denver?
feel. One of us going to get them. I don't know how it's going to
That's wild.
work out. But, you know, that's what I'm hoping.
You picking two teams out to play in
Yeah.
to make the conference final.
Yeah. Why not? Why not?
I got 10.
I need a break.
I'm going to go 10 versus 1 in the championship.
I'm not a Nuggets guy like y'all. Y'all scared of them. I'm not.
Wow.
All right, up
The
next.
Lakers here make them pop them.
Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Do you want more highlights from the show? Make sure to click that subscribe button for all the exclusive content from Undisputed.